In 862, the history of Russia began with the establishment of the state of Kievan Rus, centered in the city of Novgorod. This early East Slavic state traded with Byzantium and faced Viking invasions. Over the years, Kievan Rus grew and experienced cultural and political development. In 988, Prince Vladimir I converted to Orthodox Christianity, making it the state religion. This event marked the beginning of the close relationship between Russia and the Eastern Orthodox Church. In the 13th century, the Mongol invasion, led by Batu Khan in 1237–1240, devastated Kievan Rus. The Mongols established the Golden Horde, a Mongol state that controlled much of the region for over 2 centuries. In 1380, the Russians under Prince Dmitry Donskoy achieved a significant victory over the Mongols at the Battle of Kulikovo, marking the first major step towards liberation from Mongol rule. However, it took many more years for Russia to finally free itself from Mongol dominance. In the late 15th century, Ivan III, known as Ivan the Great, succeeded in unifying Russian lands, consolidating power, and expanding the territory. In 1480, he declared Russia's independence from the Mongols. The 16th century was a time of growth and transformation for Russia. Ivan IV, also known as Ivan the Terrible, became the first Tsar of Russia in 1547. His rule was marked by both territorial expansion and brutal repression. In the late 16th and early 17th centuries, the time of troubles brought chaos and foreign intervention to Russia. False Dmitry, a pretender to the throne, and other internal conflicts weakened the country. In 1613, the Romanov dynasty came to power, bringing stability and a period of recovery. In the 17th century, Tsar Peter the Great initiated a series of reforms aimed at modernizing and westernized Russia. He founded the city of St. Petersburg in 1703, making it the new capital and a symbol of his efforts to Europeanize the country. The 18th century saw Russia's emergence as a major European power. Empress Catherine the Great, who ruled from 1762 to 1796, expanded the empire's territory and modernized its administration. Russian culture, literature, and art flourished during this period. In the early 19th century, Russia played a crucial role in the defeat of Napoleon's Grande Armée. The Russian army's scorched earth policy and the harsh winter led to the collapse of Napoleon's invasion in 1812. The 19th century also saw the abolition of serfdom in 1861, a major social reform that had far-reaching consequences for Russian society. The late 19th and early 20th centuries brought significant social and political upheaval to Russia. The industrialization and urbanization of the country led to the growth of revolutionary movements, with the Russian Revolution of 1905 being a precursor to the larger events that would follow. In 1917, Russia went through 2 revolutions. The February Revolution resulted in the overthrow of the Romanov dynasty, and the provisional government took power. However, in October, the Bolsheviks, led by Vladimir Lenin, seized control, marking the beginning of the Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic. The Russian Civil War, 1917–1923, ensued, with the Red Army, led by the Bolsheviks, pitted against a variety of white forces, including monarchists, liberals, and foreign interventionists. The Red Army emerged victorious, and in 1922, the Soviet Union was officially established, consisting of several socialist republics, including the Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic. Under Soviet rule, Russia experienced rapid industrialization, collectivization of agriculture, and cultural transformation. Joseph Stalin, who ruled from the mid-1920s until 1953, led the country through World War II and imposed a totalitarian regime with widespread repression. Stalin's death in 1953 marked a period of political and social change in the Soviet Union. Nikita Khrushchev came to power and initiated the process of de-Stalinization, denouncing some of Stalin's policies and fostering a more open political environment. In the 1960s and 1970s, the Cold War rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union reached its peak. The space race, arms race, and various proxy conflicts defined this era. Mikhail Gorbachev's leadership in the 1980s brought a new wave of reform and openness known as glasnost and perestroika. These policies aimed to revitalize the Soviet economy and political system but inadvertently contributed to the eventual dissolution of the Soviet Union. In 1991, the Soviet Union officially dissolved, and the Russian Federation, under the leadership of Boris Yeltsin, emerged as an independent nation. The 1990s were a tumultuous period characterized by economic turmoil, privatization, and political instability. Vladimir Putin, a former KGB officer, became Russia's president in 1999. His leadership marked a shift toward centralization of power, economic stability, and a more assertive foreign policy. Russia's relationship with the West has been marked by tensions, particularly in the 21st century, with events like the 2008 war with Georgia, the annexation of Crimea in 2014, and involvement in the Syrian civil war. Sanctions and diplomatic disputes have strained Russia's relations with Western countries. In recent years, Russia's role in global politics, its influence in neighboring countries, and its approach to domestic and international affairs have continued to evolve, making it a significant player on the world stage. In conclusion, Russia's history is a complex tapestry of political, social, and cultural developments, marked by periods of expansion, reform, revolution, and conflict. From its early origins in Kievan Rus to its modern role on the international stage, Russia has undergone numerous transformations and continues to shape global events.